So what if the key to our future was hidden in a medieval poem? Well, that's exactly where we're going with Dan Brown's Inferno. It's a thriller where ancient secrets, modern science, and a terrifying global threat are all about to slam into each other, right in the middle of Florence. Okay, so our story doesn't even kick off with the hero. Instead, we are dropped right into the middle of this frantic chase through the streets of Florence. We're following a mysterious guy known only as the Shade, and he is running for his life. He's completely cornered. He gets to the top of this medieval tower. His pursuers are literally steps behind him, but he doesn't beg, he doesn't plead. Instead, he makes this chilling final statement about his mission. He talks about needing to protect his masterpiece, this thing he calls Inferno. And then, with his hunters just feet away, he takes one last, very deliberate step right off the edge into the darkness. And here's the thing, this isn't an ending. Oh no, this is the starting pistol. This one desperate act kicks off a deadly game, and our main character is about to get dragged right into the middle of it. All right, so now we finally meet our hero. Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon. This is a guy who reads history through its hidden symbols. But he's not the sharp, confident professor you might be picturing. Not at all. He's hurt, confused, and totally lost. He wakes up in a hospital. You gotta put yourself in his shoes. The back of his head is just throbbing. And when he tries to remember the last 48 hours, there's nothing. Just a scary blank space. And his situation goes from bad to worse fast. He finds out he has stitches in his scalp from where a bullet grazed him. He can't remember a thing, and for some reason, he keeps muttering, "Very sorry, very sorry." And his mind? It's a complete mess. He's having these absolutely terrifying flashes straight out of Dante's Inferno. We're talking a literal literary hell. He keeps seeing this silver-haired woman across a river of blood, surrounded by dying people telling him, "Seek and find." But the real kicker, the thing that completely pulls the rug out from under him, is when he looks out his window. He sees a building he knows instantly, the famous Palazzo Vecchio. He's not in Boston. He's in Florence, Italy, 4,000 miles from home. Now, before Langdon can even get a grip on what's happening, the danger he can't remember finds him again. The hospital is definitely not a safe place to be. Suddenly, an assassin comes storming down the hall. She's dressed in black leather, spiky dark hair, and you can just tell she's there on a mission. Langdon's doctor, a man named Enrico Marconi, tries to stop her. It's a huge mistake. She doesn't even hesitate. She just raises a silenced pistol and shoots him, point blank, right in the chest. It's total chaos. But his other doctor, a quick-thinking young woman named Sienna Brooks, she just springs into action. She yanks a heavily sedated Langdon out of his bed, and they just run for their lives. Okay, so after that absolutely insane escape, Langdon and Sienna manage to find shelter back at her apartment. And it's here that they finally find the first real clue in this whole mess. Sienna explains that she grabbed his bloody jacket on the way out, and for a very good reason. She'd found something strange stitched into the lining, a secret custom-sewn pocket. From that pocket, she pulls out this small but heavy titanium cylinder, and right there on the side is this symbol, one of those images that pretty much everyone on Earth recognizes and gets a chill from. Now, being a doctor, Sienna knows exactly what it is. It's a high-tech biotube, you know, the kind of thing used to transport deadly viruses or chemical agents, and to top it all off, it's sealed with a thumbprint scanner. And this is where it gets really weird for Langdon. He's absolutely adamant. No way, that can't be mine. But, you know, just for the heck of it, he puts his thumb on the scanner, and click, it opens. The tube is keyed specifically to him. But when they open it, it's not some modern bioweapon. It's something ancient, a cylinder seal carved from bone, and it shows a three-headed Satan and has the Latin acronym for the 7 deadly sins. Langdon is completely overwhelmed and terrified, so he does the only logical thing he can think of. He calls the professionals. He gets a hold of the U.S. consulate, hoping for answers, for protection, for something. And at first, it seems like the best call he could have made. The voice on the phone knows exactly who he is, says he's on a high-priority list, and promises a team is on its way to his location immediately. What a relief, right? Well, Langdon and Sienna watch from her apartment window as a vehicle pulls up to the meeting spot. And who gets out the very same woman with the spiked hair who murdered his doctor just a few hours ago.
And that's when the awful truth just hits them like a ton of bricks. The people Langdon called for help are the exact same people trying to kill him. He's not being protected by his government, he's being hunted by it.
So this leaves us with this huge central question. Why in the world is an art history professor with an ancient artifact being targeted by his own government? And what's the connection between his amnesia, these visions of hell, and that dead man's final apocalyptic gift to the world? The clock is ticking, and the race has just begun.